Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I join you on the ground in Paris, Orly. In the background you can hear our vatsim AC as approaches online. Traffic trap. So I might find the there's an A350 beside us. Some looks like an aviation taxiing over there. Anyways, as you can see we're flying Frenchbee. This is a very special route that Frenchbee operate, which is taking French vacationers all the way down to the French Polynesia and Tahiti. So the first flight that we're going to be doing is from Paris, Orly to San Francisco, and then to finish off this trip we're going to be doing San Francisco to Tahiti. So we're running a bit behind, so why don't we jump into the cockpit and get going. So we have pretty much everything completed already. We got the APU running, get some air conditioning for the passengers. Pretty much all we have to do is to do our takeoff performance and our takeoff briefing. So let's go and start with our takeoff performance. Let's just make sure there's not any intersection departures that we could request. No, it's going to be full length 07, which is going to be 3320 meters, so sync FMS. Actually, that's the right amount. And sync from the aircraft. So let's see if flaps 1 gives us 48, 47, flaps 2, 49, 47, flaps 3.
Thank you, frequency checker approved. Thank you for flying to Paris, Orly. Bye bye.
Select the max takeoff weight. First, so we're going to take the flaps 2 departures. We have a bit of a steep, tighter turn. So send this over to FMS. Confirm. So we have a V1149, rotate 150, V2157, flex 47 degrees, flaps 2, which is perfect. As you can see here, we have an NADP 1 departure for today. So the departure routing today, actually let's start with our taxiing. So we are, turn on the brightness of it. We are parked here on stand Bravo 1. We expect to push back facing west onto Whiskey 2. Tax restrictions for aircraft above 36 meters wingspan, which is us. Doesn't like it's going to be much an issue. We can expect to either taxi out via Whiskey 2 or we can get Whiskey 1 onto not sure what taxi that is. Onto Whiskey 1, only point Charlie, runway 07. It's going to be the Lima Golf Lima to Echo departure. Initial climb is flight level 130 as per our clearance as well. Max 50 below 100, so it's going to be straight ahead from runway 07 to Papa Oscar 081. It's in the plane mode. Which is an overfly waypoint Papa Oscar 082, which is also an overfly waypoint. And it's going to be a right turn Papa Oscar 181. Into Papa Oscar 185. Papa Oscar 187 into Lima Golf Lima. We are going to maintain 180 or below until Papa Oscar 082, but we're not accelerating by then as per the FMC, so we should be good with that. So we can go ahead and get going. So we got G6 preparing. We'll go to ground and disconnect everybody. Close all doors, arm the slides. Okay, and we go and do the before start checklist. Before start, checklist gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity.
Departure check
70,000
bypass
or
pin
77,000 kilograms distributed evenly. Takeoff date 149150157. Flex 47 barrel ref with 1007. Yeah, I need to get the seatbelts on.
Orly departure, fresh west, 848 Charlie, QNH 10.
So that's down to the line. One thing I forgot to show you, we can show you forwarding of the rate of flight today. So we're going to be flying west over the coast of northern France, crossing just south of the UK over the English Channel, over Ireland. Shannon is our ETOPS entry point. South of Iceland, south end of Greenland. I'm trying to combine Greenland and Iceland into one sentence, but that didn't work very well. Over Iqaluit, further west towards San Francisco. As you can see, our ETOPS alternate today. We didn't choose Iqaluit because the weather was not great. We are expecting quite a bit of turbulence for this flight. So turbulence area number 2 to flight level 380. We may or may not be at 380. I think we would still be at 360. And then continuing on, area number 1, moderate turbulence to flight level 400, which we passed through twice as we passed through this jet stream here. Pass through another jet stream here. And we get another turbulence area number 3, which is up to flight level 400 moderate turbulence and cross another jet stream. So and we do have, I believe, consistent headwinds in today's flight. And it says we have a tailwind of 25, but I don't know if I believe that. So we originally supposed to be taking 75 tons, I'm taking 77 tons. Simply just if we need to fly a different altitude to avoid turbulence. And just a little bit extra for the approach into San Francisco. So let's go ahead and request our pushback clearance and get going.
By 661, reback correct.
Frenchbee 80, stand Bravo 1, request push and start.
Frenchbee 80, push and start approved, facing west on Whiskey 2, QNH 1007.
Push approved, facing west on the Whiskey 2, 1007, Frenchbee 80. So let's just confirm that Whiskey 2 is the one straight behind us, which it is.
Exiting from editing mode.
Release parking brakes.
Just one sec. Below line, windows doors are closed. Park brake is set. Forcer checklist is complete. Brakes release when
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Perfect. And off we go with our, I believe the real world time it takes to get to Tahiti. Is let's look here. I believe it's about 22 hours from leaving Orly to landing in Tahiti, which is pretty long. So let's go ahead and get engine 1 started. Ignition start. Starting engine 1. We'll go ahead and get. Engine 1 start, I'll do an external view.
Soleil 71-23, descendez au niveau 70.
Au niveau 70, Soleil 71-23.
I do enjoy this delivery on Frenchbee. Whoa. Wasn't expecting it to be so loud.
Set parking brakes.
Brakes are set. Engine is avail.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground.
Start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
We can start engine 2.
François 71-23, contact correction continue au cap actuel.
Continue au cap actuel, 71-23.
It's not going to be long before it turns dark and we'll have to turn these screens
Unlocking
down.
gear.
And I didn't say guys expected flight time. Expected flight time is 11 hours 10 minutes.
Tow track disconnected, bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Frenchbee 48 Charlie from Whiskey 37, land up runway 07, cleared for takeoff, wind 140 degrees, 8 knots.
Goes the first shot.
From Whiskey 37, line up and wait, clear for takeoff, French West for 8 Charlie.
Engine 2 is avail. So we're just waiting for the pin from our buddy.
Soleil 71-23, descendez 4000 pieds, inclinage 1007.
Ups 2.
4000 pieds, inclinage sur 1700, Soleil 71-23.
Hot start checklist anti-ice is not required. Hot start checklist complete. Frenchbee 80, request taxi.
Frenchbee 80, taxi Whiskey 37, holding point runway 07, yeah, Whiskey 2, Lima 1, Whiskey 1.
So I got taxi holding point Whiskey 3707 via Whiskey 2. Can you please repeat the west?
Frenchbee 80, Whiskey 2, Lima 1, Whiskey 1.
Okay, taxi holding point Whiskey 37, runway 07 via Whiskey 2, Lima 1, Whiskey 1, Frenchbee 80.
Correct.
Okay, left is clear. Right is clear. Taxi light on. A little bit of thrust to break away. Okay, so Whiskey 2, Lima 1, Whiskey 1. And he said that holding point Whiskey 37. Whiskey 37, so this here.
Soleil 71-23, sur ce cap, autorisé ILS, piste 26. Correction. Piste autorisé ILS, piste 06, pardon.
Question présent 4, c'est autorisé, il est 06, Soleil 71-23.
And for those of you wondering, it's default Orly.
À bord. Je vous remercie d'avoir choisi de voyager.
It's not very great looking, but we're not here for very long. It'll be much, arrival into San Francisco will be much nicer with the flight in San Fran. Which is probably arguably the best scenery in the sim right now. Which has just recently got an update, which is perfect timing for me doing this flight. So here's Lima 1. No tax line depicted on the scenery, but what can you do? We're just going to have to do what AC tells us.
French West 48 Charlie identified, flight level 150. Frenchwest 48 Charlie identified, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, French West 48 Charlie.
Looks like 20 knots and we'll go back to idle. And do a flight control check. Cheeky little taxi cam. See if we're on the center line. Alright, that's good enough for me. Let's get our flight control check. Full left. Full right.
Alpine 661, request push and start clearance to Orly.
Up.
Alpine 661, push and start approved, heading south on Whiskey 3,
Full
Quebec
left.
1007.
Full right.
Whiskey 3, push and start approved.
Flight controls are checked before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist, flight controls are checked. Flight instruments are checked. Briefing is confirmed. No change. V1, VR, V2. Thrust rating 149, 150, 157. Flex 14.7. And our squawk is at 5706. Down to the line. So there's Whiskey 637 there. Not sure if there's a building here in real life, but what can you do? It's default scenery. Which Microsoft isn't the most famous for. The sun blaring in our eyes. Hopefully we're taking off away from it. Turn here.
Frenchbee 80 from Whiskey 37, line up 11, clear for takeoff, wind 140 degrees, 8 knots.
Flight Whiskey 37, clear takeoff runway 07, Frenchbee 80.
Prends soleil 71-23, piste 06, autorisé atterrissage, vent 140 degrés, mineux.
Autorisé atterrissage, piste 06, standard.
So, runway is clear. Approach path is clear. We can go below the line. Take off runway. It is runway 07. Cabin crew. The device packs are on. Engines for takeoff checklist is complete. Let's go to San Francisco.
French West 48 Charlie, monitor Unicom 122.8, ambulance flight, bye.
And let's get the ANF.
Monitor Unicom, French West 48 Charlie. Thank you for the ATC. Bye bye.
Take off. Stabilize. Man, flex 47, that's rest of runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust is set. So right crosswind, left rudder to compensate.
V1.
Rotates. Wants to fly. Oh, look at that shadow. Oh, that's cool. Flies the climb gear up. As we take off into the Parisian sunset. Ground spoilers can be disarmed. Text light can go off.
Frenchbee 80 identified, climb flight level 150.
Flight level 150, Frenchbee 80. So 150 is set. Thrust decline, auto thrust.
661, request taxi clearance all.
Alright, 661, taxi Whiskey 37, running 1107 via Lima Tango, Whiskey 2, Lima 4.
Taxi holding for Whiskey 37, runway 07 via Lima Tango, Whiskey 2, Lima 4, 661.
France Soleil 7123, bienvenue à Paris Orly, roulez porte Delta 06 via Whiskey Unité, Lima 2.
Merci. Roulons pour la porte Delta 06, il y a Whisky noté et Lima 2, avec 7323.
Approach train 1387, bonjour, stand 15, very fast to Gatwick please. Ryanair 1387, early approach, bonjour, information Alpha is current. You're clear to destination, Opal to Echo departure, out of runway 07. Initial climb, flight level 130, squawk 5701.
Speed.
Information Alpha clear to destination,
Up 0.
Echo departure, runway 07, initial climb flight level 130, squawk 5701, Ryanair 137. Ryanair 1387, readback is correct. Alpine 661 from Whiskey 37, line up runway 07, clear for takeoff with 140 degrees 8 knots.
That's enough to
Whiskey 376, take off 07, Alpine 661.
Early down there. It's beautiful. Alright, now we wait for ATC to hand us off. Which we have sent. It's really going to help us go 185. There's going to be a right hand turn after this.
Alpine 661, airborne, climbing road 61.
Alpine 661 identified, climb flight level 130.
130, Alpine 661.
Orly approche, bonjour, Air France 75-69, actuellement en descente au niveau 210 pour une arrivée sur Orly pour un ILS piste 06 par Basse Echo Air France 75-69.
Air France 75-69, Orly approche, bonjour, transport des 1000.
Transpondeur 1000, Air France 75-69.
Frenchbee 80, monitor Unicom 122.8, have a nice flight, bye.
Well, Unicom, Frenchbee 80, goodbye. So, as I expected, over to Unicom now. As we accelerate off into the night, we are expecting an arrival in the sim time into San Francisco in the very late hours of the day, local time. We're about 0400 Zulu. And 0400 Zulu. We got just under 5,000 nautical miles left to go. definitely not one I'd want to be taking in the economy seats of Frenchbee, especially if I was carrying on to Tahiti. That'd be a very long flight. It'd probably be worth it, considering the views that we'll get going into Tahiti in a few videos from now, but definitely a very long journey. We can go ahead and release the passengers. This is where I'm going to leave off on this video. Just get one last few repairs before we go. So thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for our nighttime arrival into San Francisco in about, well, pretty much 11 hours from now. Not for you guys, but for me. If you watched this far in the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you once we start our descent into San Francisco. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.